Hello everybody, Andrea here, and welcome to a game that I found called Last Night in Tokyo. From my understanding, this was made for the 2017 Eurojam, and I found it on itch.io, and it's just like a short visual novel style story. So, without further ado, start. Tindra? And the cats are bugging Pokey again. Hey, Earth to Tindra, do you hear me? Ooh, whoa. Well, hi there! Emil, spacing out there, sunshine? Sorry, my mind wandered. You're both adorable, look at you! No kidding, you've barely touched your parfait. Is something the matter, or are you just way too excited about seeing Preforce in a bit? Preforce? It's nothing in particular. Also, I'm pretty sure you're the one getting hyped out about seeing the show. Obviously! How many opportunities do you get to see something from your childhood come to life before your eyes? True. Also, I just realized his hat is passed out like a nice light sky blue with the spikes on it, and I love that. Every Sunday morning? Well, if you live here, sure. I'm just messing with you. Aw, cute friends. This is my best friend, Emil. I've known him for a decade, maybe longer. Despite our age being a few years apart, we've always gotten along quite well. A month ago, he suddenly sprung an invitation on me. Come with me to Tokyo, he said. It's going to be amazing. I was surprised how insistent he was on the trip. He had just gotten out of surgery and should be resting. Sure enough, we've been here for almost a week now, and our flight home leaves tomorrow afternoon. It feels like it all ended as fast as it began, to be honest. Maybe that's my fault. I've just not been able to enjoy myself like I should. This chocolate cake is ridiculously rich. It's perfect. I don't get how you can have dark chocolate and black coffee at 9 in the morning. The coffee part I can get. The chocolate, I'm just a highly cultivated individual. The kind of highly cultivated individual who gushes over a children's cartoon? Exactly that kind of highly cultivated individual, yes. He sips from his cup of coffee with a smug, satisfied look on his face. What time is the show? We've got 40 minutes to spare, no rushing. I figured you'd want the best seats possible. Nah, the kids attending should get that. It'd be rude for me to claim the front row. I'm shocked. Emil has a noble side? Only when it comes to children. And cute guys. And cute guys. You got quiet again. Sorry. Look, I don't mean to pry, but are you sure there's nothing you want to talk about? I know the breakup took a toll on you. It was 3 months ago. But you're still... The joy of having four-legged demons running through the house. But you're still thinking about it, aren't you? He was right. I had been stuck in a loop since that night. Even if I did my best to not think about it, I'd spiral back into it all. I'm doing my best to move on. I don't doubt that. I'll be fine, I promise. But thank you for worrying about me. Okay. Besides, I'm not the only one who's single and miserable. I don't know. I think it's kind of refreshing. Really now? Yeah, I feel pretty good about flying solo. That's not what you said at your graduation. Okay, but who the fuck breaks up with your partner on graduation day? That's just not right. Fair point. She finally cracks a smile. What? Oh, nothing. The Ice Queen just finally broke free from her stale gaze. I should slap you. That'd be child abuse. You're 19. Yeah, but no one sitting here can tell, can they? Ever heard that you should respect your elders? Jealous of my youthful spirit, are we? Alright, kid, knock it off. Okay. Hey, Tindra. Yeah? You still haven't finished your parfait. Well. Presented by Turtle Dove. Oh. Okay. We arrived at the shopping mall where the live show is going to be held with about 15 minutes to spare. Despite my snarky attitude towards Emil's excitement, I was looking forward to watching the performance. I had been watching Pretty Force since it first started airing back when all you had were week-late fan subs with questionable font choices. I still remember when I introduced Emil to the show. After weeks of insisting that he doesn't watch that kind of crap, he was hooked the moment some idol was set to join the cast mid-season. Suddenly, I had to binge-watch the currently airing series from the start with him to catch him up. It was fun, I won't lie. Flash forward 3 years later, and he's the one guiding me to a live stage performance of it all. It's interesting how roles reverse. Then again, I suppose I may have been in his shoes right now if I hadn't. Tindra, hurry! We need to get our seats. What happened to giving the kids first dibs? That was before I saw how many people were here for the show. Alright, lead the way then. Sure thing, follow me. Hey, you don't have to run. I caught up with him just as he got to the stage. Alright, we're here. Can you do the talking with the lady at the ticket booth? You're better at Japanese than me. The real reason you brought me along, huh? Absolutely. I spoke to the lady letting people purchase seats for the show. Good morning. My friend and I would like to see the show. Oh, tourists, did you come a long way? Yes, from Sweden. Wow, holy crap, you did go a long way. I see. Please make sure you sit down throughout the entire show to not get in the way of the kids watching. Of course. After the show is ended, the audience can meet and take a picture with the cast if they want to. Please enjoy the show. Thank you. Alright, I understood most of that. Did you understand the important part? Yes, I'll stay put. Good. Wow, there's a lot of kids here. Yeah, I thought you said the series had been charting a bit low this year. Sure, but when it comes to Pre-Force, a dive in popularity still means it's a major success. I also imagine a lot of parents take their kids here even if they're not massive fans. Makes sense, I suppose. I would totally take my child to see Pre-Force if I could. What if your child doesn't like magical girl anime? Then I'd go by myself, obviously. Well, right. Quiet down, Dad. The show's starting. Unintelligible squeal of excitement. The sound of the crowd started to die down, with the exception of some of the younger children. Afterwards, a lady came out on stage greeting everyone while asking us to set our phones to vibrate and repeating the request that adult viewers remain seated. As the show began, the heroines of the show appeared one by one. This year's theme was music, with a total of 3 girls in the main cast. Normally there's a few more, but they went for a smaller cast after last year's 7 girls. Joining our hands in song, Prism Harmony! That was this year's Pink, the leader of the girls. She's Emil's favorite, mainly because she's voiced by another idol he likes. Because the theme of the season was music, they had made sure to get famous singers and idols to play each girl. Of course, none of the actresses are here. It's all pre-recorded dialogue for the stage performers to act out. Helping the tempo, Prism Fortissimo. Fortissimo is adorned in purple, and despite being the athletic and sporty girl of the 3, she has a rather petite body. In the anime that is. On stage, everyone looks more homogenized thanks to the kigurumi suits. Captivating the audience, Prism Alto! There she was, my favorite girl of the season, Alto, clad in a velvet red outfit. Alto was quite different from most Pre-Force girls. She was older and taller than most of them, making her stand out a lot. She's also dressed in a more masculine way. I believe it's called danzo, or at least that's what Emil told me. Listen to the concert of justice, symphonic pre-force! This was gloriously cheesy, and the kids were eating it all up. After an hour, the performance ended, and kids and adults started lining up to meet the characters and take pictures. Alright, let's go take our picture. I think I'm good. What? You can take a picture with the cast. I'm not exactly dying to take my own picture. Oh, come on. I want a picture with both of us in it. If you insist, but just a selfie then. That's the spirit. We got in line, and it was soon our turn. Emil shook Prism Harmony's hand and asked to take a photo with her, Alto and me in it. It's perfect! I'm glad you're happy with it. Hell yeah, it's going up on Twitter right away. No surprise there. Me and Tindra. Emil was typing on his phone. Got to meet our heroes. Hit send. Did you have the rest of our day planned out already? Not really. It's our last day, so naturally I've got some things I want to do before we're leaving. But right now, I want to go to the merch table. Didn't you buy all the merch you wanted at the Pre-Force store 2 days ago? This is event-exclusive stuff. Naturally, I need it. I see. After that, I guess it'd be best to dump some stuff at the hotel before heading back out. Sure enough, Emil bought a bunch of stuff from the merch booth. I bought a little plush doll of Alto myself. Couldn't resist the little cutie. I agreed with the idea of dumping our newly bought stuff at the hotel, which thankfully was nearby. Hotel room 12. Once we had returned to the hotel and put our newly bought things into our bags, Emil asked to just sit and relax for a moment. Hey, Tindra. Yeah? I'm heading out tonight. On my own, I mean. Where are you going? He slid his phone over on the screen with a logo for a place called FTM Boys Club. It's a bar for trans men. I figured from the title. I've been interested in going for a while now. You know the legal drinking age is 20 in Japan, don't you? I know, but I'm still allowed in. You sure? I've checked with friends. Emil knew a lot of Japanese people through online social networks, so I guess this wasn't too surprising. Well, that's fine with me, of course. But is it even nearby? And that's the thing, it's a few districts away. We're leaving early tomorrow. I'll be back in time, don't worry. And when is in time in this context? Don't wait up for me, let's leave it at that. Seriously? Seriously. Fair enough. You know yourself best. I'll be leaving around 7, so there's plenty of time until then. Gotta say, I'm surprised there's a place like this around here. Why wouldn't there be? No reason, it's just... I guess you never really heard about these things as an outsider. You mean as in not being trans or not being Japanese? A bit of both, I suppose? But that's great, I hope you have fun. I'm going to have the time of my life. Tindra, you have no idea. I think I'll rather leave it at having no idea if you don't mind. I'll save my TMI stories for the flight home, don't worry. We spent a few more minutes just relaxing before getting ready to head back out. Any idea what you might do while I'm away tonight? Not really. I'm not read up on Tokyo's nightlife like you. Well, I'm sure you'll figure something out. Or maybe I'll be a responsible adult and get a good night's sleep before having a plane to catch. Did I say something wrong? No, I'm just stuck in thought. Shopping Mall 13. So, 1? Back at the shopping mall, we took some time to check out the stores that had passed us by before. Eventually, we found a clothing store with all-lady fashion that caught my attention. Before we left on the trip, Emil told me that I'm lucky for being short, as it meant more clothes in Japan would fit me. I'm not sure how right he was about that, since a lot of clothes wouldn't fit my full figure. I picked up a number of dresses to try on, most of which were duds before I had even laced or zipped them up. Then there was one dress left, a purple Sweet Lolita dress with a white top. It fit perfectly. How do I look? Oh, wait, 1 second! Mill disappeared for a few seconds and came back with a lace ribbon in the same color as the dress. Here, put this on as well. Oh, okay. I tied the ribbon to my hair, having to let down my ponytail to do so. Oh, you're adorable! So, how do I look? Perfect. You think I should buy it? If you like it, sure. I think you look fantastic. I do like it a lot. Hey, if nothing else, it's a lovely souvenir, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll buy it. That's the spirit. Aw. I put my normal clothes back on and took the dress and ribbon to the counter. I always liked the Sweet Lolita style, but buying outfits like these back home is hard unless you order them online. While I was happy with my purchase, it did bring back memories of things I'd rather forget. Things I keep telling myself to move past. But it's not that easy, I suppose. After leaving the store and keeping Emil from spending money on various anime-related gachapon vending machines, we decided to have lunch. Fast food place, 1:30. There you go again. Huh? What do you mean? Looking all gloomy and distant. You're absolutely 100% certain you're all right. Please, at least let me try to help out. I still think about her a lot. It feels like I could have prevented so much of what happened. What happened wasn't your fault. Then why do I feel so guilty? Did I do the right thing by breaking up with her? Do you regret it? I don't know. She hurt you, in more ways than one. I'm not going to pretend to be some expert on relationships. For what you had, it wasn't healthy. I know that. Right. I shouldn't feel this way. Feelings aren't something we can help. Then what can I do? Well, the waitress came over with our orders, interrupting our conversation. Once we were alone again, I found it hard to continue from where we left off. I just wish I could be happy again. You deserve being happy. I'm sorry that this trip hasn't helped as much as I had hoped it would. It's okay. I've had a pleasant time and I appreciate you trying. What if... Give me a second. Emil slipped his phone out of his pocket and started tapping away. I was confused to say the least, but he seemed determined to do something. My cats love torturing my dog. After about a minute, he lit up with a smile. Much like back at the hotel, he slid his phone over to me. On his phone screen, I read, Ditzy, girls solo? What is this? I remember hearing from a friend of a friend about this. It's a monthly nightclub party for gay and bisexual women. What are you suggesting? Well, it just so happens to be held on the last Saturday of each month. Today is November 25th, a Saturday. I sat in quiet contemplation for a moment. I'm not sure if I'm ready to get back into the dating scene. We're leaving for home tomorrow. No one's saying you have to find a soulmate there. Besides, it's to make friends as well. Wouldn't it be neat to have a pal overseas with something in common? I suppose. You might get a chance to let loose. It can be real therapeutic even. Therapeutical even, okay. Let's not overstate things. Still, what's there to lose? You can wear your new dress to the party. Getting to dress up fancy and just forget all my worries sounded too good to be possible. Emil knew how to sell me on his ridiculous ideas, that's for sure. Where is it? It's in Harajuku, just like our hotel. That's convenient. It's like this was part of my master plan all along. Well? Fuck it. When in Rome. Honey, we're in Tokyo. I hate you. We continued eating and I did feel a bit better. Once we were done, I picked up my tray and got out of my seat. Whoa! I had bumped into someone as I got up. Their deep voice startled me. The person it belonged to was a woman, dressed in a suit and tie. I like you, you're adorable. I'm sorry, are you alright? Huh? Oh, yes, I'm okay. Are you? Of course, don't worry about it. I hope I didn't stain your clothes or something. The woman chuckled softly to herself. You're Japanese. It was pretty good. Thank you? She smiled and seemed to be on her way. Embarrassed, I finished putting my tray away as Emil was failing to keep himself from giggling. Nice job! You're hitting up girls already! I'll show you what my hitting looks like if you don't shut up. The rest of the afternoon went by quick. I have no idea what I've gotten myself into by agreeing to go to this club. I wasn't even much of a club person when I wasn't feeling depressed. Then again, maybe that's exactly why I should go, to live a fresh new experience. It's odd, this mixed feeling of excitement and dread. I've always been emotionally frail, scared to make any drastic actions. Friends always point out how I'm the total opposite of them, and it's true. It's like I'm drawn towards confident, impulsive people. Maybe it's to make up for my own insecurity? I suppose that's why I ended up with her. What would you do if I wasn't here to make decisions for you? She'd tell me off. You're in your mid-20s, Tindra. When are you going to finally put out some effort into getting your life on track? Over and over. Do you want me to come to hate you, Tindra? Because I'm trying my best to help you, and you're not even trying. And I could never give a response. You should be thankful that I'm staying by your side. You know that? I felt so weak. I'm saying this because I love you. You know that, right? I wish I could forget her words. I wish I could have a second chance at finding my own confidence. As the evening drew close, Emil left for the bar he wanted to visit. I spent a few additional hours at the hotel wondering just what the hell I was doing. And then I put on my dress. Harajuku. I'm not sure of the time. I was following the map on my phone to get to the club. Despite how late it was, a lot of people were still out. I wonder how many are going to the club. Trying to calm my nerves by talking to myself was helping a little. There's a lot of girls in pairs heading the same way, so maybe... As I'm having my own little chat, I overhear a conversation from someone nearby. Did you hear? Missy will be DJing tonight. I guess that confirmed my suspicion. The name was indeed listed as one of the DJs at the club. Wait, if the other girls around here are actually heading to the same place... I just realized my fashion sense was completely off. Why am I wearing a Lolita dress to a nightclub party? Maybe I should just... No, I can do this. Soon enough, I'm at the club and there's a rather impressive line by the entrance. As the club opens, the line begins to shrink rather quick. I stand out in the cold for about 5 minutes before I'm close to the lady by the door. Most people seem to have come in pairs or groups of friends, all talking amongst themselves. As the girls in front of me are let in, I notice they're given glowing green and pink wrist bracelets. Once I step forward, the lady greets me. Welcome to Ditzy. Girls solo. Did you pre-purchase entrance? No, I didn't. Then that'll be 3,000 yen. I paid the entrance fee. So far, things were going smooth. Well then, pink or green? Well, I'm not sure. I didn't really read about the bracelets before coming here. My Japanese must have been poor because the lady replied back in English. Are you single? Huh? Yes, I'm single. Here you go. Enjoy your time at the club. She put a glowing pink bracelet on my wrist and let me inside. 23:35. Alright. I was here. The music was loud and the room was filled with people dancing in the flashing lights. Not that I had ever seen a club before, but there was something different about it. As I make my way past the crowd, I can tell a few people noticing me, a few even making eye contact as I pass by. Feeling my shy side taking over, I pretend to not see it for now. Perhaps I should just get something to drink first. In the center of the room was a catwalk with two exotic dancers already setting the tone for the night. Looking closer, the dancers are even interacting with the crowd standing by the catwalk. One of them draws a girl closer from the crowd and kisses her. Well, this place is thirstier than a strip club, I think. Well, I finally arrived by the bar, having maybe ogled a little too long at the dancers on my way there. The bartender is currently taking some other girls' orders, so I have a quick look at the menu. What exactly am I expecting to get out of tonight? I was hoping to make a friend or two like Emil had suggested, but I wasn't even sure how to approach the girls who had noticed me. The bartender came over to me. Hey there, cutie, what will it be? I'll have a blue lily. Got it, coming up. Good choice. Someone had spoken up next to me. The voice sounded familiar. Hey, it's you! Looking to my right, I see none other than the woman from this afternoon. Oh, hi again. It seems we just can't stop running into each other. I guess not. First time here? Yeah, heading home tomorrow. It's rare to see tourists here late hours. Late hours and infrequent schedules keep them away. I can imagine. You come here often then? Mitsuki. Alright then, Mitsuki-san. And you? Tindra. I see. I come here now and then, mainly to relax after a rough month. Guessing a lot of people do, judging by the crowd. The bartender brought me my drink, and I continued my conversation with Mitsuki. I came here to meet people and forget stuff, I suppose. This is certainly the place for that. Good. Hopefully I'll get over myself and dare to actually talk to someone. You're talking to me? Oh, well, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Don't worry about it. I get what you mean. But if you're able to talk to me, I think all you need is a push in the right direction, and you'll do just fine. Perhaps. What kind of girl are you looking for? Huh? You've got a type, don't you? If you don't want to tell me, that's okay. But I'm curious. I like girls in general, but I suppose if I had to pick... I spent a few seconds in thought before that term came back to me. Oh, do you know what danso is? Mitsuki looks at me for a second before she begins to laugh. Tindra-chan, think about who you're asking. She gestures at herself. I feel like the biggest fool who ever lived as I noticed her fancy suit once again. Oh, right. You're quite scatterbrained, aren't you? Yeah, it happens. So your ideal girl is someone like me, is it? I felt my cheeks flushing up. She laughed again and raised her right arm, showing her green glowing bracelet. I'm just messing with you. I'm not looking for a partner. Suddenly, everything fell into place. That's what the green bracelet... Ugh! I can't speak. That's what the green bracelet means? Yeah, it means I'm here for friends. Your pink one means you're looking for a lover, or something of that nature. Oh. They didn't tell you that when you came here? The lady by the door just asked me if I was single, and I said yes. Mitsuki begins laughing a third time, and I somehow feel even more foolish. That's amazing. Do you regret getting the pink bracelet, though? You can probably trade it for a green one. But if you're here to forget, maybe the pink one is a better choice. Frankly, I'm not sure what to do. Don't worry, you've got a friend that can help you after all. I do? Sure. You're too fun for me to pass up on. We kept on talking, and I learned that Mitsuki worked at a danso cafe while singing with her band on the side. I told her about the trip thus far and how Emil had managed to push me to go here. It was pleasant and most certainly relaxing. We even followed each other on Twitter to make sure we could keep talking. And then, as the clock struck midnight, she arrived. Through the doors entered a tall girl in a beautiful suit, glistening white. It wasn't just me. Almost every girl that wasn't occupied with the dancers stopped and looked as she entered the room. She was the most beautiful person I'd seen my entire life. Her presence was that of royalty, captivating the entire club by just existing. Who is that? That, my friend, is the Midnight Prince herself. The... what? Every month she arrives as the clock strikes 12, mingles for an hour, and leaves with a girl on her arm. She's beautiful. She sure is. Want to talk to her? Yes. Well, you're in luck. How so? I just so happen to know her. She grabbed my hand and began walking through the crowd of girls. I could practically hear my pulse thumping in my ears as we got closer to this mysterious lady prince. Oi, Yuzora! Was that her name? She turned around towards me and Mitsuki. I've got someone you should meet. Mitsuki turns to me and winks. Good luck, Tindra-chan. Oh god, what's happening? Well, aren't you a lovely sight? She's talking to me. Mitsuki-chan always finds the cutest little princesses. She's taking my hand. She's kissing my hand! Oh my god, I'm going to faint. Tell me, princess, what's your name? Tindra. Suddenly, the warm gaze and comforting smile on Yuzora's face changed. She looked puzzled. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Tindra. My name is Tindra. Oh. Forgive my rudeness, I just have never heard a name like it before. It's Swedish. It sort of means to shine or sparkle. It's certainly difficult to say. I'm sorry. Her confident smile returned in a second. Then, if you don't mind, may I call you by a nickname? Huh? What did you have in mind? If you're named after the sparkling light, then that makes you... Hikari. Okay. I had to process it in my head for a second. Hikari, it means light. I know what Hikari means. The hiragana just threw me off guard, considering I was not expecting that right now. Would that be okay? Sure. Then Hikari-chan it is. I felt my cheeks blush up again. Your smile's beautiful. Thank you. Tell me a bit about yourself, Hikari-chan. What would you like to know? What you're like, when you learned you loved women, what your dreams are. She pulled me in closer, her satin gloves brushing my skin as I found myself entranced by her. I want to know everything. I began telling her about myself, that I was 25 years old, that I was studying to be an English teacher, and that I've dated women since high school. She listened with interest, or at least acted the part. I tried to remember what Mitsuki had told me, that Yozora was someone who'd take a new girl on her arm each visit. Keeping it in mind, I tried to not fall for the idea that she was treating me any different from how she would other girls. Or at least that's what I told myself. Somewhere between my attempts to enjoy myself and keep myself in check, this handsome woman had slipped through and completely conquered my mind. She seemed so... comforting. Hikari-chan, what made you come here tonight? Truth be told, I came here to forget about the past. Is it working? I'm not sure. Then I have to do a better job. She picked me up in her arms, holding me like a bride as she gazed deep into my eyes. With your permission, I'll make tonight a precious everlasting memory to replace all your sorrows of days gone by. Every girl deserves happiness. The least I can do is offer you this night. Before I realized it, I leaned in towards her, our faces drawing closer. I was caught in the Midnight Princess trap. I kissed her, she returned the act. I felt warm. I felt happy. It was okay that it wasn't real. It was okay that it would all be gone tomorrow. The night continued as I let the music drown out everyone but the two of us. Before I could tell, I'd spent 2 hours at the club. My hair was ruined by the dancers shooting out foam towards the crowd. My legs were sore from dancing and standing up. My head hung heavy from drinking, maybe a little more than I was used to. But I was having fun. Eventually, Yozora asked if I wanted to leave. I said yes. Hotel. We were back in my room at the hotel. My mind was already blank from the kissing and touching by the time Yozora had led me to the bed. Well, Okay. 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 Alcohol while I was away from home, but okay. Heading to sleep, put on my regular clothes, much to Yozora's surprise. Eh? Not going to sleep, Hikari-chan? I considered it, but, when I wake up, you'll be gone, won't you? Yes, I will. Forgive me, I thought it was clear that... No, that's not what I mean. I knew. It's just... I guess I wanted to learn a little more about you before saying goodbye. I told you so much about myself, but I never got to learn about you. Very well, if that's what the princess wishes to know. She told me about how she grew up in Okinawa and had worked hard to get rid of her accent when moving to Tokyo. After she began working at a Danso cafe a few years ago, she found herself in love with the lifestyle and decided to take it one step further. Apparently, it was the same cafe that our now mutual friend Mitsuki had mentioned before. I asked her about relationships, and she told me she was quite the lady killer in high school, though she got in trouble for being openly gay. Listening to Yozora talking about herself, I found myself wanting to know her even better. Yozora-san, why do you always find a new girl? Mitsuki-chan didn't tell you. She always said that you'd arrive at midnight, find a girl you like, and leave, not why. When we were working at the cafe together, I got rather popular. Girls would request me to be their host a lot, and they always looked so happy when they left. I felt I wanted to make girls as happy as they could possibly be, but I knew I could only do so much working at a cafe. So you started going to Ditzy? Not at first. I went to other bars and clubs like the Gold Finder bar in Shinjuku. But once I began going to Ditzy, I gained somewhat of a reputation. The Midnight Prince. Yeah, it's kind of silly in a way, having to wait 30 minutes before I can even head to the club. But I don't want to disappoint anyone by hurting my reputation. So it's all about giving as many girls as possible a feeling of happiness? Exactly. I hope I was successful. She threw a confident smile my way. You were. Then I'm glad. Don't you miss it, though? Miss what? Dating. Belonging to someone. I don't think we have to belong to anyone unless we want to. I guess. You didn't belong to me tonight. You only belong to yourself. But I'm not against the idea of a relationship that's long-lasting, but... What? If I'm to commit to something like that, I want to be the one swept off my feet. I've spent years doing all I can to enchant one night of so many beautiful girls. But the day a girl is able to do the same to me, that's when I know I'll be caught. Did anyone ever try to impress you like that? Don't tell her I said this, but Mitsuki-chan did her best. Really? Mitsuki-san did? Yeah, though I'm not sure how genuine it was. She probably just did it to upstage me in front of the other girls at the cafe. Either way, she wasn't successful, as we are both single to this day. Suddenly, the image of Mitsuki and Yuzora trying to outwoo each other entered my mind. I could feel my cheeks blushing up yet again. Relationships are complicated. Yeah. I broke up with my girlfriend 3 months ago. How long were you together? 3 years. I take it that's why you wanted to forget about tonight? What you wanted to forget about tonight. I did. If you want to talk about it, I'll gladly listen, but don't force yourself. She hurt me. Not physically, but emotionally. At first she was so sweet, always offering support and being there for me. I've struggled with anxiety a lot and can barely do some things. I'm sorry to hear that. But suddenly, it felt like her kind words were masking something. She made it sound like she was only putting up with me because no one else would want me. I let her get under my skin. I told myself if I talked back or broke up with her, I'd be lonely forever. But you were able to break up with her eventually, right? Thanks to my friends making me realize what a fool I was. I was scared to confront her and moved in with my parents temporarily, sending her a text that we should break up. She seemed calm about it at the time and said she'd pack my stuff up for me. What she actually did was cut apart my favorite dresses. What? I'm not sure what happened. She used to be so kind. My friend Emil invited me to Tokyo in hopes I could begin to forget about her. But I just kept blaming myself for letting it all become like this. Hikari-chan, I don't know all the details, and I don't know this ex-girlfriend of yours. But the girl I spent the last few hours with isn't anyone I feel would deserve such treatment. You're fun, pretty, and all kinds of interesting. I'm very sorry you had this happen to you. Thanks. I realized I had been crying a little. Yuzora carefully wiped a tear off my cheek and gave me a hug. You're my lovely princess, all right? I assure you that I never make a bad call regarding that. Okay. Listen, I don't use SNS like Mitsuki-chan does. But if you ever want to talk, or if you come to visit Tokyo again, you can reach me through her, okay? I chuckled lightly. I thought each princess only got one night before goodbye. No one ever said a prince can't still be friends with a princess. I suppose. Who knows, maybe next time we meet you'll be the one to sweep me off my feet? Aw. I don't remember exactly when I fell asleep. It was warm, and though I didn't dream anything that I can recall, I know I slept well. When I woke up in the morning, Yuzora had left as expected. I didn't feel regret about last night, and I wasn't sad about her leaving. Instead, I felt relieved that last night gave me a wonderful memory. In my Twitter DMs, I found Mitsuki dying to know how our night went. I decided to not answer her until later. After breakfast, Emil came back to the hotel looking incredibly tired. We made sure to pack the last remaining things into our bags and made our way to the airport as the afternoon arrived. I was going to miss Tokyo, and despite only seeing her one night, I was going to miss Yozora. I hope I get to return one day. Tokyo International Airport. Alright, we've got an hour left until the plane leaves. Yeah, we're in good time. So tell me, how did things go last night? They went well. I met the woman from the fast food place again. The lady in the fancy suit you almost spilled leftovers on. Yes. Well, that's cool. Also met this other woman that I hit it off with. Ooh, tell me all the details. I refuse. That means you definitely became more than friends. Well, not really. It's complicated. Well, if it's complicated, I'm not going to pry. How respectful of you. Well, what? Aren't you supposed to ask me about my night? You're going to tell me about it even if I don't ask you about it. Fair point. Hey, Tindra. Yeah? What are you reading? I finally looked up from my phone. Oh, I'm reading about a TFL course. A what? Teaching English in foreign language countries. Oh my god. Tindra is planning on coming back to her gay friends in Japan. Tindra is planning on pushing her friend down a flight of stairs. I love these two. I love you too. But you're not entirely wrong. Last night did make me realize I want to return here. You're welcome. Seriously though, I'm glad you're finally starting to look like the old Tindra again. You know what? So am I. Aw. Aw, that was so nice. I've been waiting to play this game for a while since I downloaded it from itch.io, and I'm so happy I did. Oh, that was nice. That was so sweet. I really liked that story, and it was so pretty. It was drawn really nice. And I loved the friendship between Tindra and Emil. That was nice. I'm so happy I finally got to sit and play this. And honestly, I really hope that you guys enjoyed it too. I just like cute little games like this sometimes, you know? Wait, epilogue? There's an epilogue? 1 year later? There's more? A year has passed. It feels amazing to be back. I made sure I did all I could to finish my course in time. Nothing can hold back my confidence now. Because this time, it's my turn. I'm going to sweep her off her feet. Really? Does it happen? Aw, now it's the end. Okay, fine. I don't remember if there are any sequels to this or not. Wait, about. Oh, okay. I thought it might have, said something. Oh well, that's cool. Well, that was Last Night in Tokyo. And since I've already said my thoughts on this, we're gonna end this video here. So, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I definitely did. If you'd like to play the game for yourself, of course there will be a link for it down in the description below. Let me know your thoughts with a like or a comment. And I hope that you're all having a good day or night, wherever you are. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!